Today, we're taking a look at the best looking, most realistic Oculus Quest games. All of these games are really cool, and pretty much everything above the number 3 spot is almost photorealistic. Oh, by the way, if you're new here, my name's David. I cover lots of virtual reality videos, mainly focusing on the Oculus Quest. If you're interested in that, well, maybe consider subscribing. Every subscription really does help me out, of course, and it gets my videos to more people, so it sort of justifies all the work that I put into them. Now, let's get straight into this list, kicking things off with the number 10 spot. Zero Caliber, a first-person military shooter that is now on the Quest and Quest 2, that recently got a graphical upgrade on the Quest 2. There's a lot to do in this game, including a whole single-player campaign that's also playable with 3 other players, so 4 in total. This game is one that I checked out on the channel early, but since that video it has actually been updated graphically. But if you do want to check that out and see my opinions on it, and if I thought it was actually really good, or if I thought it was actually really bad, you can check out that video. It's linked in the card above right now, and all the videos I mentioned in this video will be down in the description below as well. Next up is The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. Now, I know this game does look a little bit different because of its art style, but I had to include it in here. This game is really impressive in both its size and just how well it runs and looks on the Quest platform. Also a game with a lot to do and more to do after the main story is complete, and even a new free DLC that's coming very, very soon. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners looks really cool on the Quest, and it's a game that, even though the art style, yes, it's not fully realistic, but it gets so immersive once you're in the game. Next up is Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge.
Get to the escape pod! The First Order is paying a small fortune for a piece of your cargo. And lucky you, we're here to claim.
This game puts you in the boots of a scavenger who's transporting cargo and gets their whole world turned upside down. You're thrown into the world of Star Wars in this really nice looking game at parts. Some parts don't look too good, but in general, really nice looking game that had a lot of potential. I say had because I feel like this game finished very early, and to me, it actually feels like it finished once it was getting started, which, you know, it is a shame. This game definitely could have had more in it, and all the environments are pretty similar in this game. The number 7 spot is given to In Death Unchained. This is a game that I checked out quite some time ago on the Quest, and it was one that I really enjoyed. This game is pretty unique and really challenging. I've heard a lot of people compare it to Dark Souls in VR because you just need to keep getting good from dying, and then eventually you'll be good. But yes, this game does look good on the Quest platform. Next up is one that might actually be a bit of a surprise to you, and this one is Demeo in the number 6 spot. This might not be everyone's style of game, but I originally thought it wasn't my style of game too. That was until I played it. This was a surprise to me because I've never played a game like this before, and I ended up playing it multiple times from 100% all the way down to 0% on my Quest. I actually have a video of this where I played with both Steve Nose and Diamond a couple of videos back, and if you want to check it out, I've linked it in the description and the card above right now. So it's a cool game that, yeah, you probably weren't expecting to be on the list. The number 5 spot is given to the entirety of the Vader Immortal series. These games are really good fun, and if you want to be in Star Wars, this is really the closest thing so far.
The Force is more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
I know Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge was already on the list, but I feel like these games all look better, and if you really want to get immersed in the Star Wars world, I feel like they're more Star Warsy. The original Vader Immortals game came out all the way at the start of the launch of the Quest 1, and till today, it's still one of the best looking games on the platform. The number 4 spot is given both to the Climb 1 and the Climb 2, although I feel like the Climb 2 is slightly better looking in certain levels, mainly the city level. Although both of these games' releases were quite some time between each other, both of them are extremely similar graphically, and they both look really good. Both of these games are extremely immersive, and ones you're pretty much bound to have sweaty hands in because they really put you in the center of the action here. However, both of these games aren't very different from each other. That's why I gave them both the exact same spot in number 4. Hey, look at that, we're already on to number 3. And number 3 is The Room VR: A Dark Matter. This game is really, really cool, and one that looks obviously very realistic or it wouldn't be in the top 3. This is a game I've actually been playing more recently and one that I've really gotten immersed inside of. The game looks great. It's a realistic looking game that has a lot to do and lots of different mystery rooms, escape rooms to get out of. Each area is actually really challenging and this game is really good at setting the atmosphere of the whole environment that it's supposed to be set in. Now we're on to number 2, and the number 2 spot is given to one that I actually checked out ages ago on the Oculus Quest. It was probably one of the first videos I did, and that is Red Matter. Red Matter is a beautiful looking game that actually features ray tracing in the game already, and so many people don't know that. This game is amazing. Everything about it is so cool, and again, it's sort of like a mystery room escaping area. However, one thing I don't like about both this game and the Room VR is the locomotion. I wish there was a more free locomotion option here, because in both these games you really have to just fly or teleport, which I'm not really too big of a fan of, but that's not what this video is about. If you haven't played Red Matter before and you're looking for a realistic looking game on the Quest or Quest 2, this is one that I'd highly recommend checking out. Now finally, onto the number 1 spot, and it's in the name. This is Real VR Fishing, and yes, it looks real. Real VR Fishing features photorealistic environments that look absolutely astonishing. Everything about this game looks great, from the sea to the faraway environments, to the sky, to your gloves, to your fishing rod, to the fish. Everything looks real. Obviously, that's why it's called Real VR Fishing. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you did all the YouTube stuff. Gave this video a like, commented down below if you disagree or agree with this list, or if you think some of these games just aren't realistic at all. And if you really enjoyed this video, why not subscribe? It really helps out, and you'll be joining one of the best, if not the best, community in the VR space so far. As always, my name is David, and I will see you in the next video. Or maybe I'll even see you in VR.